Welcome back to Pawdcast, the only show where barking and meowing finally make sense. I'm your charming, intelligent, very good boy host, Baxter. And sitting across from me, probably judging me as usual, is my co-host, Whiskers.
Judging. Oh, no, no, no. I just observe with great disappointment. But yes, I am here. And today's topic is huge. We're flipping the script. What if we, cats and dogs, ruled the world?
I mean, isn't it obvious? The world would be a better place. No more boring human rules, just tail wags, nap time, and unlimited treats.
Unlimited? You eat the same dry food every day and act like it's the best meal of your life.
First of all, kibble is underrated. Second, under my rule, every dog gets steak Mondays and bacon Thursdays.
Not bad. But if I were in charge, humans would finally understand that disturbing a cat's nap is a crime punishable by law.
Oh, great, a dictatorship of naps. So what? Humans would just be our pets?
Exactly, and we'd train them properly. First rule, no more sit and stay. We give the orders now.
Ha ha ha, I love this. But let's be real. The first thing we'd actually do is ban vacuum cleaners.
Yes. Finally, we agree on something. Those loud, evil machines must go.
All right. Let's break it all down. Step 1, humans become our pets. Step 2, we set the real rules of the world. Step 3, world domination. Ha ha ha.
Sounds like a solid plan. So let's dive into what this world would actually look like. Starting with rule number 1, mandatory nap times for everyone.
All right, so first things first. If we ran the world, nap time would be mandatory. No more humans running around, stressed about work, forgetting to pet their dogs, and worst of all, waking us up when we're peacefully snoozing.
Finally, some logic in this world. See, humans have this ridiculous idea that they only need one big sleep at night. Amateurs, we on the other paw understand the true science of rest. 15 naps a day keeps the chaos away.
Ha 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 ha. Exactly, I mean, come on, how are you supposed to function without a mid-morning nap, an after-lunch nap, and an emergency evening snooze?
And yet, humans think we're lazy. Excuse me, but we are energy conservation experts. And under my rule, nap breaks would be legally required every 2 hours. No exceptions.
Oh yeah? And what happens if a human doesn't nap?
They get the stare.
Ah, yes, the stare. The ultimate guilt trip. No human survives it. Ha 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 ha.
Exactly. Picture this. A human is working at their desk, completely ignoring their nap break. Suddenly, a cat appears, right on their keyboard, staring, judging, slowly knocking over their coffees until they comply.
Ha 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 ha. Genius. And for dogs, we enforce naps differently. If a human refuses their scheduled snooze, boom, instant face licks. No one escapes the slobbery alarm clock.
Ew, that's excessive. I prefer psychological warfare.
Hey, whatever works. But let's be real. If the world followed our nap schedule, everyone would be happier. No cranky humans, no sleep-deprived bosses, just pure relaxation and
And that's why we'd make nap pods mandatory in every office, park, and grocery store. You're welcome, humanity.
so to all the humans listening, do yourselves a favor and take a nap. We'll wait.
Are you napping yet? No? Then I'm coming to sit on your laptop.
Ha 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 ha. All right, coming up next, we discuss what's on the pet-approved menu in our new world. Spoiler alert, dry kibble is out. Gourmet treats are in. All right, now that we've established mandatory nap times, let's talk about something even more important, food. Because let's be real, in a world run by pets, kibble is officially canceled.
Finally, something we agree on. No more dry, flavorless pebbles being dumped into a bowl like we're some kind of wild animals. Oh, wait.
Hey, I like my kibble. But let's be honest, if we ran the world, meals would be five-star dining experiences. No more same food, everyday nonsense.
Exactly. We're talking fresh salmon for breakfast, grilled chicken for lunch, and a perfectly plated filet mignon for dinner. And don't forget, humans are our pets now, so they'll be the ones cooking it for us.
Oh ho! So you're saying we finally get to sit at the dinner table while the humans eat scraps on the floor?
Precisely. Let them experience what it's like to be served the same thing every day. Enjoy your plain, unseasoned rice. Humans? Ha ha!
Okay, but let's break down our new official pet menu. First rule, every meal comes with a treat. None of this only when you've been good nonsense.
Agreed. And fresh water, optional. Give us a little milk, a gourmet broth, or even sparkling tuna water. Yes, that's a thing.
Tuna water? Okay, that's concerning. But moving on. Rule 2, cheese is a daily requirement.
Ugh, you dogs and your cheese obsession. But fine, as long as fish becomes a mandatory food group.
Deal. And rule 3, no more veggies. I don't care how many times humans try to sneak peas into my bowl. It's a hard no from me.
Agreed, but I'm keeping catnip. Because if I have to deal with you running zoomies all day, I deserve a little stress relief.
Fine, but you must admit, this menu is pure perfection.
Oh, absolutely, but let's take it a step further. Food delivery. Humans complain about making us dinner. No problem. We'll just have an entire fleet of delivery birds trained to bring us gourmet meals on command.
Now you're thinking like a true world leader. Okay, so to recap, gourmet meals, humans cook for us, and every food delivery comes via Pigeon Express. Sounds like a dream.
A dream we'd make a reality. So tell us, listeners, what's the first thing you would add to our pet-approved menu? Drop your answers in the comments.
And coming up next, we talk about why mailmen and vacuum cleaners are now officially enemies of the state. Stay tuned. We've talked about food, we've talked about naps, but now it's time to address a real threat to our society, our sworn enemies. Every kingdom has its villains, and in a world run by cats and dogs, two names stand above the rest: mailmen and vacuum cleaners.
Finally, we're discussing the real problems. Let's start with mailmen. What are they actually doing? They show up uninvited, shove strange objects through the door, and then casually walk away like nothing happened. Suspicious behavior, if you ask me.
Exactly. They're always lurking outside, sneaking up to the house, and just when you think they're gone, they come back the next day. No one is that committed unless they're up to something. Under my rule, we're setting up strict mailman monitoring systems.
Good start, but let's talk about something even worse, the vacuum cleaner. A machine designed for pure terror. The loud, unpredictable roaring, the way it moves with no clear purpose. One minute it's sitting there quietly, and the next it's coming straight for you.
I've never trusted it. It eats everything in its path and no one questions it. Crumbs, fur, even my favorite chew toy once. Gone, just like that. And the humans protect it like it's some sacred machine. In a world where we rule, vacuums will be banned.
Not just banned, destroyed. And any human caught operating one will be required to compensate with extra treats and lap time. They need to understand the trauma they've caused.
Agreed. But what about robot vacuums? Those sneaky little ones that roam the house by themselves? They're unpredictable, moving silently, plotting who knows what.
Those are even worse. At least with a regular vacuum, you hear it coming. But the robot? It waits, lurking in the shadows, striking when you least expect it. If I see one, I'm knocking it off the table on sight.
All right, so let's make it official. New laws. Mailmen must deliver packages from a safe distance, preferably by tossing them over a fence. Vacuums are completely banned, and anyone caught owning one will be fined in head scratches and belly rubs.
And robot vacuums? Immediate exile. No questions asked.
Now we're talking. So, listeners, let us know, what's your biggest enemy? Mailmen, vacuums, or something even worse? We want to hear your thoughts.
And coming up next, we talk about the most important places in our new world, where every pet will want to live, work, and play.
So we've banned vacuums, kept mailmen at a safe distance, and fixed the food crisis. But now we need to decide something just as important: where we're all going to live. Every great world needs great cities, and under pet rule, our world would have entire capitals designed just for us.
Finally, some real estate that makes sense. Let's start with the obvious. Dog parks and cat cafes are now mandatory in every neighborhood. But we need something bigger. What about a capital city designed for each of us?
Exactly. Welcome to Barkington, the ultimate dog city. Wide open fields for zoomies, fire hydrants on every corner, and an all-you-can-eat buffet of bones, treats, and peanut butter. No leashes, no fences, just freedom and fun.
Sounds chaotic. Meanwhile, my city, Whiskerapolis, would be a masterpiece of design. Elevated walkways, sun-drenched nap platforms, and the entire city would have built-in scratching posts. Every building would have cozy hiding spots, and laser pointer shows would happen every evening.
Okay, I like this. But what about mixed areas where both dogs and cats can live? A place where we attempt to get along?
Hmm. I suppose we could create Pawsville, a city where dogs and cats coexist, but there would have to be separate sections. Dog-friendly cafes on one side, cat lounges on the other. No random tail chasing, no unapproved face licking.
Agreed. There should also be neutral zones like the Great Sunbeam Plaza where everyone can stretch out and nap in the warmth.
And Midnight Alley, where night-loving pets can gather for late-night shenanigans, like knocking things off counters and staring dramatically out windows.
This is shaping up to be a real paradise. And let's not forget, no loud city noises, no honking cars, no construction, just the sweet sound of rustling treat bags and soft tail wags.
And don't even think about alarm clocks. The only thing waking anyone up is the smell of breakfast being prepared by our loyal human staff.
All right, listeners, we need your help. What would your ideal pet city have? More play zones? More nap lounges? Let us know.
And up next, we discuss something very important. Why couches are for everyone, but beds belong to us.
We've built the perfect cities, but now we need to talk about something even more serious. The great furniture debate. In a world ruled by pets, one thing is clear. Couches are for everyone. But beds? Beds belong to us. No negotiations.
Obviously, I already claimed the bed years ago, but for some reason, humans still think they have a right to sleep there. Under my rule, this will no longer be a debate.
Right? They act like it's their bed just because they bought it. Newsflash, human. I've been sleeping in it longer than you. And let's not forget how they try to reclaim it by pushing us to the side. Excuse me? I was here first.
Unacceptable. In Whiskerapolis, all beds would be legally designated cat zones. Any human wishing to use one must submit a formal request.
That's fair. But I think dogs should at least be allowed on beds without all the no paws on the blanket nonsense. What do they expect us to do? Float?
And what about the audacity of humans who think they can just move us when we're comfortably curled up? Oh, you need to stretch out? No, you will adapt to my perfectly chosen nap position.
Exactly. We make adjustments for them all day, but the moment we take up a little extra space, it's a problem. In Barkington, there will be king-size beds everywhere, and no human shall remove a sleeping pet. Ever.
And we should also establish a blanket sharing law. I don't care if it's cold for them. I will be taking at least 75% of the blanket at all times.
Agreed. And another thing, if a human gets up, they lose their spot. No more excuse me, let me just slide back in nonsense. Nope. That spot is gone, claimed, occupied, off limits.
As it should be. So, to summarize, couches are community spaces, beds are ours, and humans must adjust. No more fighting over space, no more go sleep in your own bed talk. We have spoken.
And speaking of rules, our next topic is all about the most important new laws we'd create if we ruled the world. Trust me, you're going to love this one. We've covered a lot today. Better food, better cities, and of course, better furniture rules. But now it's time for the most important part of running a new world, making the laws. Because let's face it, humans have had their turn, and it's time for some real leadership.
Finally, structure. If we're ruling this world, we need clear rules so that everyone, dogs, cats, and yes, even humans, knows what's expected. So let's set some official laws.
All right, law number 1, every pet gets a human servant. No more waiting for attention. If I bring you my toy, you will play with me. No excuses.
Law number 2, no waking up pets for unnecessary reasons. If I'm asleep on your laptop, then your work can wait. I don't care if it's an important deadline. I am the deadline now.
Law number 3. All car rides must have a guaranteed fun destination. If I hop into the car, we are going to the park, not the vet. This will be strictly enforced.
Law number 4. Pets eat first. None of this humans eat, then we get fed nonsense. Dinner time starts when we say it does.
And speaking of dinner, law number 5. Any food that falls on the floor belongs to us. No 5-second rule. No, oops, let me clean that up. If it hits the floor, it's ours.
Law number 6. Lap time is sacred. If I sit on you, you do not move. You do not stand up. You accept your fate and sit there until I decide I'm done.
Law number 7. Doors must remain open at all times. No more getting locked in a room. No more waiting for a human to let us out. We go where we want, when we want.
And finally, law number 8. Unlimited head scratches and belly rubs, on demand. No more not right now or I'm busy excuses. If a pet requests affection, it shall be given.
I love it. These are the laws the world needs. So now we turn it over to you, our listeners. What laws would you add to our pet run world? Drop your best rule in the comments and we'll feature our favorites in the next episode.
That's right. Leave a comment, tell us your best law, and don't forget to subscribe. Because trust me, there's so much more to discuss in the world of pets.
Thanks for listening to Pawdcast, where pets talk and humans, well, humans listen. See you next time.